Welcome to Humphreys of Henley TV, Countryside Concierge at its finest. Next weekend, July the 4th, next Saturday, the British countryside is officially open for business once again, and we are all incredibly excited. Almost 250 years ago, on the very same date, the Americans signed the Declaration of Independence, ending British rule for all of those years. At the time of the signature, John Adams, one of the signatories and a later president, declared, he wrote to his wife, and he said, "I am apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be solemnised with pomp and parade, with shows, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other, from this time forward forevermore." Now, I am not comparing 180 years of colonial rule with the 3 months of lockdown that we've had to endure. But it does give the Brits a reason to celebrate July the 4th, perhaps for the first time. We'll certainly be celebrating this year and maybe even for years to come. If you've ever visited the stunning British countryside, then you will fully appreciate just how excited we are that our British pubs are opening again. And to celebrate, we are welcoming you to one of our favourite little pubs. This is the Anchor in Henley-on-Thames, one of our favourites. And as you can see, we're sitting in the beautiful pub garden, and next Saturday this will be buzzing with people having lunch and dinner and drinks and catching up with friends that we probably haven't seen for a little while. Jeremy, the landlord, has kept us stocked with rather fabulous takeaway food, but next Saturday he and his team will be doing what they do best, which is giving the warmest Henley welcome to everybody who turns up. Now, as you can see, the tables are all beautifully spaced, and we will all be adhering to the social distancing rules that we've become so familiar with over the last few months. And destinations and across the whole country are preparing for this reopening, and we need to keep everybody safe and secure. Visit England have launched their trademark, if you like, or their accreditation, I should say, to show which destinations have fulfilled all of the criteria to make sure that all visitors are safe. And we're keeping a close eye on all of our partners, whether it's Blenheim Palace and Waddesdon Manor and the like, through to your lovely country pubs that you can visit. But everyone we work with will absolutely guarantee your safety. So whether you are planning to get away for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, if you choose, we do recommend that time is of the essence. Over the last few weeks, particularly, or couple of weeks, we've started putting together some great plans and itineraries for our guests. And the very best luxury home rentals and the very best hotels are really being snapped up quite quickly. So we want to make sure that you can stay and do exactly what you want to be able to. So please let us know as soon as possible what your plans are. Coco Chanel said that hard times arise an instinctive desire for authenticity. Now, I'm not saying everybody has had a really hard time over the last few months, but we've certainly had to adjust, and we've lived our lives in a very different way. And certainly all of the conversations that we're having with partners and guests alike is this real search for authenticity, the real search for the real parts of our country and what's out there. And while the skies are still closed for most of us, the idea of a luxurious staycation is rather exciting. It arouses all sorts of curiosity and quite a lot of questions. Most commonly have been, well, where can we stay? What are the best options? What can we do when we get there? We don't want to just sit inside all day. And also a very popular one is, how do we avoid all of those hideous beaches that look so crowded the moment moment the sun comes out. Well, there is something for everything, for everyone, from adventure to aristocracy, from culture to cuisine. Michelin restaurants across the countryside, quite often quite hidden away and tucked away and not necessarily hugely easy to find. So obviously we would recommend come to the experts, speak to the people in the know. We spend our entire lives focused on creating absolutely stunning experiences and stays for people in the English countryside, and we'd love to help you do the same. We look forward to seeing you next week.